The Miranda warning comes from the Fifth Amendment to our Constitution, which is part of the Bill of Rights. And I think the Bill of Rights, to me, is the greatest document that's ever been drafted. I think that the Bill of Rights is what makes our country different from every other country in the world, even other democracies. That if you think about it, the Bill of Rights, it seems like it's rights that apply to criminals. And so why do we have this very sacred document that only applies to criminals? But I don't think that that's true. I think that it crafts the way that we want to build our society, that we want to build a society where when people are at their most vulnerable place, they have not just some, okay, well, we'll have this trial and we'll put on some evidence and then you get, led away. That there are safeguards that are put in place for people who are accused of committing even, horrific things. That I think that the way that you can measure the justice of your society is the way that you treat people who are accused of doing even horrible things. And you might think, well, I don't really care, they probably did it anyway, or you might think, I don't care because that's never going to be me. But number one, you don't know because charges are just accusations, and you don't know. You could be accused of something at some point. And also, I think that is the greatest part of our country, is that we say, if you are going to take away my liberty, if you are going to put me in jail or put me in prison, and take me away from my family and from my life, that you better make sure that this is to have a process that is as much as humanly possible a guarantee that you are actually guilty of this charge. And so I think Miranda is a big part of that, because Miranda protects you and says the state can try and build a case against you. They can, talk to witnesses, they can get fingerprints, they can take photographs, they can do all these things. But I don't have to give them the evidence to put me away. They have to go out and get that. And that's what Miranda says. Miranda says, I cannot be required to furnish evidence against myself. That if you want to take away my liberty, you need to prove that without me being forced to give that to you. And I think that's incredibly important.
I think from the state's point of view, it's important that everyone has a sense of procedural fairness and that the system has integrity. Without that baseline, then the democracy fails. Without a sense of confidence in the judicial system, the framework upon which we build convictions, I think that we would, as a society, would have a hard time moving forward. So I think in that sense, it's important that the state, I think, agrees with the idea that we always have to honor the commitments that are made in our founding documents. And if that means that sometimes the state can't use certain evidence, then so be it. The point of the Miranda warnings is just to remind everyone this is the social contract that we made in forming this country. And so these are the rights you have, and you can give them up or you can assert them.